Welcome back to our Traveling Tuesday. We're at the beautiful L'Espérance. We've got the harbour right in front of us. This feels as if we could be in Italy.
Yeah.
And the house designed by Dominic Touwen, who was actually a close friend of the homeowner, designed it in the most perfect way. So it's in this U shape and you don't get any of that southeaster wind.
Since 2008, this home is still relevant for our clients. I mean, Next Fashion loves using it, for one, to name like but a few.
We're sitting on the popular floor. This is where they love to shoot. We're here by the pool, which is actually designed to not only just be a room overflowing pool, but it actually, when it's on, it looks like a lake. So it completely smooths out. You've got the reflection. And what is so nice is that you're living here by the ocean and they've completely embraced the natural erosion that would take place. So, for example, this wrought iron work behind us, it was a couple sheets that she bought.
Yeah, it was cut out. And like sort of the copper feel you can still find on some of them, but now it's calcified. So it's like a shell.
Absolutely.
Right?
I love how you said that, just like a shell. And some of the light fixtures as well have gotten this beautiful green eggshelly colour.
Yeah, from the coppering that happens.
And it just adds to the whole authenticity and this layered textured aspect that she loves to play with, like how she loves to play with light, the fixtures and the shades that she's got on the inside of the house. When light comes through, it's not just this pouring or the seeping in of light, it actually plays with patterns.
Yeah, like little dapple lights. And then they reflect off the different textures that she has created within the home.
I mean, the attention to detail, her jacuzzi is in the shape of a star. And she's got this outside shower with the beautiful tiles. Just imagine what that breeze must feel like.
Hi, I'm Lindsay, the owner of L'Espérance, and I'll be happy to take you through a little bit of our inspiration and what drove us to design and build this amazing location. Let's see, it all started with a fountain and a door that we found wandering around a souk in Marrakesh. Many years ago, we were actually in Morocco for a friend's wedding and were inspired by everything that we experienced in Marrakesh, particularly a stay that we had at a small boutique hotel called Caravan Serai, which was really kind of designed around desert explorers and kind of an oasis, and that's sort of a lot of the theme that informed both the pool design in particular. We kind of got the idea from Caravan Serai. And then from this door and fountain, we first decided to bring it in, and we didn't really have a clear plan of what we were going to do with it, but we hadn't even started thinking about building this house yet. And then eventually we got the opportunity to buy this last remaining plot. So it was a from scratch build. And this plot is very unique because it's right across from the main old harbour of Gordons Bay, which means that it's actually in a very unique low wind pocket, which is why they built the harbour there. That allows us in the prevailing southeaster winds, which can be extremely strong, as I'm sure if you spent any time in Cape Town, you will have experienced at some point. It means that particularly our courtyard area around the pool is always protected. Which also has its benefits not only from a living and lifestyle point of view, but also from a shoot point of view. So just in terms of some of the textures and materials and kind of how we thought about designing, I mean, essentially we set out to create this idea of an oasis, a refuge, a sanctuary, something that looks quite unassuming from the outside, but that does a couple of things. One is feels very welcoming and warm and accessible, and you always feel at home and comfortable wherever you are. And that it has a great flow between spaces, and it's really centered around, the whole home is centered around this central courtyard. Now, because we have this magnificent view over the ocean, we obviously didn't go for the traditional Moroccan or Moorish design, which is a square, completely closed on all sides with the courtyard right in the center. So we sort of improvised around that and built more of a U shape. So we have the back of the house to the wind, and the sort of arms of the house then create this sheltered area around the central courtyard. But you've got this kind of double, triple story wings around the pool, so it creates quite a sense of scale and big proportions that feel quite generous and open and grand, but at the same time feeling not too fancy. We didn't want kind of glitzy and glamorous. We wanted quite earthy and rooted in texture and in rich colors. So you'll see a lot of the finishes and kind of elements that we brought in a container from Morocco. But a lot of it is complemented by items that we've sourced ourselves from all of our travels. We travel extensively and we sort of find ourselves in very exotic places that are a bit off the beaten track and that people might not normally visit. So an example of that would be Kashmir in northern India. Unfortunately, it has in many periods in history been a bit of a war zone, but we still braved it and went there, and we're very happy we did, because it's the home of some magnificent carpets. And we actually sort of hand-packed and brought back 2 of these carpets, which are now in the home, and have added to that over the years from multiple places, from Turkey and Morocco, and it just keeps building. We've got items from Egypt, we've got items from Syria, from India, and many other places along the way. So the idea was to create a space where it feels very almost exotic in a way. So you've got all the modern comforts, but nothing kind of ultra modern about it. So timeless. I think timeless is what we're going for. You'll see that throughout the home, both interior and exterior walls, as well as most of the floors, are actually finished in a very specific tinted plaster or tinted concrete. Inside it's got more of a satin finish, and then outside it's left more rustic, more rugged, so that it weathers to give that beautiful texture that sort of looks lived in and kind of, aged and weathered, which is exactly what we wanted. And it's quite unique. We found a product locally called semcrete that sort of mimics the traditional Moroccan terraced, which is kind of a technique that they use throughout their architecture. So it's very specific to that sort of region of the world. And then I think the other thing that's quite unique that you won't find in pretty much, I don't know of anywhere else in Cape Town or in South Africa even, that would use pointed arches. So you'll see arches are used as an architectural design element quite regularly, but we specifically wanted to create that sort of more Moorish arch, which is specifically a pointed arch. And then the other aspect that we wanted to incorporate, which turned out to be quite a challenge, was to actually create this massive colonnade leading out to the pool deck, where we've got not only the pointed arches, but actually also these cross-barrel vaulted ceilings, which is very challenging to build in this day and age. There aren't many builders who actually understand that sort of cathedral building technique. So we were sort of rescued by our builder's 70-plus-year-old father who came on site and managed to help the crew work out how to create the kind of wooden templates. They had to build the whole structure from underneath and then cast the concrete on top of that. So we had to simplify the design somewhat. Our intent had been to have these barrel vaulted ceilings throughout the whole kind of middle level, the pool level, but we sort of had to pull back from that a little bit when we realized how tricky it was going to be. And so we then converted the sort of main entertainment area to more of a kind of a beautiful, heavy, dark wooden beamed ceiling, which also kind of replicates that warm, textured feel, but without having to go through the process of doing a barrel vaulted ceiling.